Don't settle for the things that are only passing, things that are only temporary. Don't settle for the self-centered things that will only really benefit you. I have plans, God says, plans to change the world for good, and I want you to be a part of those plans. 40 miles south of here, there's a carnivore's paradise. It's called Taste of Texas. Now, I realize we're in the Houston area in Texas where there's all kinds of great steak places. This is my personal favorite. This is where Carrie and I celebrate our anniversary. We have every year since my hair was all dark. And they have just these thick, beautiful, juicy steaks in this salad bar that's the size of a football field. And if you tell them it's your anniversary or your birthday, they give you a free dessert. And man, those are good desserts. We haven't had a bad one yet. Unfortunately, it's too expensive, so we can only go there once a year. But then again, I realized a while ago, suddenly we're going there for her birthday too. I don't know how that happened, but now it's a twice-a-year thing. And then a couple of years ago, she was like, hey, my sister's having her birthday. She's taking us, we're going to Taste of Texas. Should we go? And I'm like, wait, that's 3 times a year. How did this happen? It's funny how this kind of creeps up on you. But what's even funnier is if you offered to take a little child, like 6 or 7 years old, and you said, hey, we're going to take you to Taste of Texas. Are you excited about it? Well, what is it? And you'd tell them, and they'd say, how about McDonald's instead? Am I right? I mean, I would have been that way when I was little. Because after all, McDonald's has these nuggets, and these nuggets are they're like, if you really have an active imagination, you can kind of pretend they're chicken. And they have this germ factory / playground where you can crawl through the literal bodily fluids of thousands of other children from all over Conroe. And you can stew in bacterial stew while you play and enjoy yourself. And then when you get out, you have a Happy Meal. And what great branding is that, right? And the Happy Meal includes a toy, a literal toy, that's actually just an advertisement for a movie that your parents are going to despise. So, I mean, who needs filet mignon and Brussels sprouts with bacon jam and key lime pie and deep dish pecan pie and all that stuff? I'm hungry. Aren't you hungry? And so when you can have that, and the reason I tell you all of that is not just to make you hungry. It's because we're like that kid. We don't know how to ask for the good stuff. Next week, we're going to talk about give us this day our daily bread, and we'll talk about how to ask for the desires of your heart. I don't mean to disparage any of the things you want out of life, and God doesn't either. He wants you to tell him, this is my desire. This is what I'm struggling with. This is what I need from you, Lord. But when Jesus taught us to pray for thine is the king, or to pray, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven, what he's saying is don't settle for the small things. Don't settle for the self-centered things that will only really benefit you. Don't settle for the things that are only passing, the only things that are only temporary. I have plans, God says, plans to change the world for good, and I want you to be a part of those plans. I want you to be a part of changing your family and your community and your school and your workplace and even places you'll never go in this life by joining with me in prayer to pray, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven.